Welcome, everyone. It's good to see Ruvain Pollack back. Ruvain, Ruvain gets very busy on Purim with all the drinking and everything. Okay. We are sponsored by Shalom Fogel. Ili Nishmas Yaakov Zeb ben Yudaya, Rivka bas Yaakov Yosef, Tziv Yamirim bas God, Yosef ben Tzim ben Yaakov Zev, for Shalem for Moshe Arya ben Miriam, and for a great shidduch for Chayat Tzivya bas Shoshana Gittel, a great shidduch for Batya bas Sarah, by Baruch Ian Li Nishmas Yaakov Chaim and Abba Esther bas Yona, Avram ben Shmuel HaKohen, L'fu Shalem for Liba bas Anya, L'fu Shalem for Yosef Shmuel ben Miriam, and for a great healthy mommy, healthy baby, especially for Ariel and Lior, Bas Elza Rivka. We'll learn from Moshe Meir ben Esther Fradel. And we are holding, as we start, remember we're talking about takonas that the Chachamim made. So we're holding 3 lines from the bottom of Daf Nun Aleph Amud Beis. 3 lines from the bottom of Daf Nun Aleph Amud Beis. Val Para, we know that we bring the Para Aduma, we burn it, and we use its ashes in order to sprinkle on the 3rd and the 7th day of somebody that's Tameh. So there was a takana of the Chachamim that Shelo Yeh Moyelin Be'afra, that if you use its ash for your own purposes, they put ash on wounds, that there's no me'ilah. So the Gemara says again, that's not the Rabbanan. That we know from a biblical verse, the Raisahi, the Tanya, it says chatas he. The paraduma is a chatas, so chatas, malamet shemoyelin ba, there's me'ilah if you benefit from the para. He, but it says he, ba mayalin, you're only mayal in the cow, but be'afra a mayalin, but not in the ash. So how could you say it's a takana d'Rabbanan? We learned it out from a pasuk. So again, Amar Rav Ashi, shtei takanas having. It's a 2-stage process. D'Oraisa, please, if you're talking on the phone, please go outside. D'Oraisa, ba mayalin, there's me'ilah in with the cow, ba'afra ein mayalin, but now with the ash. But then they saw that the Kohanim were using the ash for their own purposes. Kaven the kachazu the kamizalzaleba, they were neglecting, and the ash is supposed to be a national thing for Tara. Kevin the Kachaza to come they were misusing it because of the minei lamakasan, and they put it on their wounds. So Gazba Mila, they made a Mila Drabana. Oh, but once they made a Mila Drabana, and Kevin the Chazu the Kaposhe Misafik Hazois, now that they saw that there was a Mila, so then when there was a Suffolk Tumah, they were afraid to use it, because if the person wasn't Tameh, it would be Mila. So a K'mu Adaraisa that there's no Mila at all. Okay. And we see that Marshall has resurfaced, wearing his Purim costume, but resurfaced. It's a nice costume, Marshall. Yeah. We are holding on Daf Nun Beis Amud Aleph, 5 lines from the top. Daf Nun Beis Amud Aleph, 5 lines from the top. Now, Tan Rabbanan, Par Helam Davar Shel Tzibur. Now remember what a Par Helam Davar Shel Tzibur is. If the Bezdin made a mistaken psak, and the majority of Klal Yisrael followed it, like they said a certain chaylev is mutter. Now if they issued a mistaken psak about idolatry, then they have to bring a Sirei Avodas Gechav. Now these national karbanos Who pays for them? Says the Gemara, B'tchila magvin lahen. They make a collection. Everybody gives something. Divrei Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Shimon says, no. They come from the regular source of all national karbanos, from the Maktzis HaShekel. Says the Gemara, I Vatanya Ipcha. We learned to Brisa that it's Reb Shimon who says that they make a collection, and Reb Yehuda says it's from the Trumas Halishka. So the Gemara says, Hey minayu achrita, which is the latter, more reliable version. Abruma kamay rabbanan lema kamaisa achrita. It's mistaver that it's Reb Shimon who says that we take it from the Trumas Halishka. The Shamina Leila Reb Shimon, because we see earlier that Reb Shimon was worried the Chayish L'Pshia. We see that Reb Shimon said that the money for the Menachos Chavitin should not come from the Yoshim, because that they'll be Pasha and they won't bring it. So it's Mestama that it comes from Reb Shimon that you shouldn't make a collection but bring it from the Trumas Halishka. Rav Ashi says no. Afilu tema batraisa achrita. It could even be the second version. And Reb Shimon is not worried about Pshia here, because where he worried about Pshia, that's by the Chavite Kohen Gadol, which doesn't come for kapara. Kiko chayish Reb Shimon lepshia b'milsa the less kapara b'gava, where there's no kapara. B'milsa the is kapara b'gava loy chayish. He's not concerned loy chayish Reb Shimon lepshia. They'll make sure to do it. Ma'havi Allah. What's the bottom line? So the Gemara brings a clear proof. Amalei Rabba Zuti the Rav Ashi Tajma the Tanya es karbani lachmi, by offering my bread leishe for fire reach nichaychi, for a sweet smell. Tishmeru lahakriv li b'moyadai. Now that's extra. L'rabbis parel davar shel tzibur v'sirei avodas kechavim sheba mitrumas halishka, that it comes from the communal fund like the other karbanos divrei Reb Shimon. So that means that the first version is the authoritative version. Now we said that when the Menachos Chavitin was offered, if they didn't appoint a new Kohen Gadol, so then instead of offering Machatzis b'boker and Machatzis b'erev, they offered it whole. Now the question is, that's a ambiguous statement. Did they offer it whole in the morning and whole in the afternoon, or did they offer it once whole? Did they offer a holy Yissarin in the morning, all 12 in the morning, and then again all 12 in the afternoon? Odilma Shleima Shachris, they offered the whole thing in the morning, Ubetela Bein Arbaim, and they didn't do anything in the afternoon. So Amarava Tajma, it says that in the morning in the morning and afternoon, they used a procession of 13 Kohanim. Afternoon it was actually 15, and the Shmini, the 8th Kohen, was Bechavitim. The 8th Kohen they used to arrange the stuff on the ramp before it went on the Mizbeach. The 8th Kohen brought the Chavite Kohen Gadol. V'im isa the Betela Bein Arbayim, if there's no Kohen Gadol, they didn't bring it in the afternoon. There would be a time where there isn't in the afternoon an 8th Kohen with Chavitin. Hechidami, the Meis Kohen Gadol, if the Kohen Gadol died, so Amru Rabbanan Kamed Reb Yirmiyah. Rabbanan said this before Reb Yirmiyah, this proof. Amar Bavloi Tipshai, foolish Babylonians, Mishum di Yosvu Ba'asra de Chashocha, because they dwell in a dark land. Imrei Shmaitze de Michshichen. They say dark teachings. In other words, not crystal clear teachings. Ela diktoni shvi b'soilas. Chi b'yayin. It says the seventh kaim brings the mincha of the Nesachim. And the ninth kaim brings the yayin of the Nesachim. But we said that you could bring it even the next day or 10 days later. Hachanami doloi batlei. It never happens that you don't have a 7 or you don't have a 9. Minchasam v'niskeyam b'layla. We learn out that it could be done in the night. Minchasam v'niskeyam afilu l'macher. It can even be done the next day. So it's not necessary to have the 7 and the 9. Ela de'iloi ketani. It doesn't say what if. Hachanami de'iloi ketani. It doesn't count of what if. What if the Kohen Gadol died? Adrua kamei de Rava. So they reported this discussion to Rava. Amar mi bishusan imrei kavayu. Our non-favorable teachings, you say it in front of the Eretz Yisrael Dika, mitivusan lo imrei kavayu. You don't tell them our favorable teachings. But then Rava said, V'hadam Rava hani nami tivusani. This is also a favorable teaching, because Amakra Soilas Mincha Tamid, it is taka that we offer it once in the morning and once in the afternoon, because it says in the pasuk Soilas Mincha Tamid, Harihilak Keminchas Tmidim, it's like the mincha of the Tmidim, and that is that you bring it in the morning and in the afternoon. So the Gemara says, "My Havi Allah." What's the conclusion? Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Tajma, D'Tanya Shleima Shachris, Ushleima Bein Rabbayim. If the Kohen Gadol was not appointed, they bring a fully Saran in the morning and a fully Saran in the afternoon. Now, in general, when it's brought Machatzisa B'Boker and Machatzisa B'Erev, a half of Yisrael in the morning when the Kohen Gadol is alive, and it's brought a half of Yisrael in the morning and a half of Yisrael in the afternoon. What do we do with the Levina? Do we bring a half of Kmitza in the morning and a half of Kmitza in the afternoon? Or a full Kaimitz in the morning and a full Kaimitz in the afternoon? It's a basic question about the Minchas Chavitin. So Amar Reb Yochanan, Pligaba Abba Yosi ben Dustai, V'Rabbanan. Abba Yosi ben Dustai, Aimer Mafresh lo Shnei Kmatzim shel Levina. 2 handfuls of Levina, Kaimet Shachritz, together with the Machatzisa. In the morning they offer a Kmitz of Levina, and with the Machatzisa in the Erev, a Kaimitz ben Arbaim. While Rabbanan Imrei, the Rabbanan say no. Mafresh like Kaimitz Echad is 1 Kmitza, Chatzi Kaimitz Shachris, half of the Kmitza in the morning, the Chatzi Kaimitz Bein Arbaim. Says the Gemara, but my Kamiflagi, what are they arguing about? Abba Yosef ben Destoi Sava, you never find half Kmitza. Abba Yosef ben Destoi Sava le'ashkechan Chatzi Kaimitz Dekar. Rabbanan say, you never find that for 1 Isarin you bring 2 Kmitzas. Rabbanan Savrei le'ashkan Isarin, because remember it's half of Isarin in the morning, half of Isarin in the evening, afternoon, you never find an Isarin the Boyish to make Kmatzim. Now, let's take this to the next level. And it's high time that I welcome in Saba and Irving Fishbaum and Yaakov Warman and Yisrael Fisher and Chaim Kramer and A.B. Spry and Eddie Chazan, who I probably is stuck here now. Sorry, Eddie. Ruven Pollack.
Flights again, though, slowly.
Yeah. Were you thinking of going through Egypt?
I had a flight on El Al, so El Al is going to start up and running. It's just going to start reallocating the seats on the flights.
It should just be safe. Yitzi Fuchs, Yitzi Muller, Dr. Black, Michael, Nachman Chapler, Marshall Castle, Stephen Holtzman, Moshe Lehman, Danny Vogel, Shimon Klein, Chaim Lerner, Avram Rezepkowitz, Rabbi Kranz, Gabriel Epstein, Abe Arbach, Yehuda Solomon, Ilya Shutman, Ilya Yaffe, Yeshua Shmuel Eisenberg, David Helfgott, Mo Kushner, and okay. For those that are just joining us, bottom line of Nun Beis Amud Aleph. Bottom line, Nun Beis Amud Aleph. So now the Gemara takes it a step further. Boy Rabbi Yochanan, Kain Gadol, and of course we should greet Gedalia Engel here, and Chal Avram Chavin, I forget your name, Rabbi Ran, and Ruvain, Shannet. Now, Boy Rabbi Yochanan, Kain Gadol Shemeis V'Lo Minu Achar Tachtav. So now we're going to bring a fully sarin in the morning and a fully sarin in the afternoon. L'Rabbanan, according to the Rabbanan that say that normally we do a half a kaimitz by each one, do we say huchbelu levaynasa? Now we do a full kaimitz with each one. Oilai. Mi amrinan, do we say mitoch shehuchbelu salasai? Since its silus is doubled, huchbelu levaynasa, its levayna is also doubled. Oidilma mai de gully. Well, we have a reference for in the pasuk we double. Right? Now we had a reference from the fact that we compared it to the Talmud. My de loy gali. The shemen and the oil, right? We said that there's gimel lugan oil. Right? So now, right, we do 3 lugan, 1.5 in the morning and 1.5 in the afternoon. Now what happens when we offer a whole one in the morning and a whole one in the afternoon? What do we do with the oil? Do we double it? Now that we do a fully sarin, do we do 3 lugan of oil in the morning and 3 lugan in the afternoon? So Amar Rava Tajma. Hey kamatzin hey. There's 5 kmitzas. There's a Mishnah that tells us that there's 5 times that we do a kmitza. V'im isa zimim de mishkachas lo zayin. If it's like Abba ben Dustoi, then sometimes we have 2 extra kmitzas because we have a kmitza of levayna and v'im isa. Yeah, if there's no Kohen Gadol, according to the Rabbanan, there's a kaimitz in the morning and a kaimitz in the afternoon, there'll be 7. Says Gemara, that's no kasha. Di'iloi ketani. It doesn't talk about a case of what if. Yasir Rapapa v'kamal Allah shmaitza. Amalei Rav Yosef by Shmael Rapapa. But it counts as one of the 5 kmitzas doing a kmitza outside of the Beis Hamikdash. That's an Issachar, so that's definitely a what if. That's not a standard thing. That's a what if. It's an Issachar, Vikitani, and it says it. So the Gemara says, well, my havi Allah. What is the maskana? Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Tajma. The Tanya Kohen Gadol Shemeis, V'lo minu achar tachtov, they didn't appoint somebody in his place. Shleima Shachris, it's offered whole in the morning, right? A full Yisaron in the morning, or Shleima Bein Arbaim, or Mafrish La Beis Kmatzin, and with it you separate 2 kmatzim, a kaimitz in the morning and a kaimitz in the afternoon, kaimitz Shachris with kaimitz Bein Arbaim. but you don't split the oil. You don't double the oil. Umafresh lo shloisha lugin, loy gemachta shachris, uloy gemachta bein arbain. Samani. Ilay merabanan, that normally hold that it's a half a kmitza in the morning and a half a kmitza in the afternoon. So how come we double the kmitza and we don't double the oil? Ma'ishna levaynasa de huchbala, or ma'ishna shamna, that you don't double the loy huchbala. Ella, when it says a kmitza in the morning and kmitza in the afternoon, it's because normally with the chamitza kain gadol you do a kmitza in the morning and kmitza in the afternoon. Ella abi Yosef ben Destoihi, dama chavita kain gadol ba'alma shnei kmatzim boy, and therefore we don't double the. It's the same thing. It's one kmitza. Ulavayna loy hochbala, and also v'shemen loy hochma. U'b'd'shemen la'aba Yosef ben Destoi loy hochbala, and since we don't double the shemen according to Abba Yosef ben Destoi, levaynasa v'shemna l'Rabbana nami loy hochbala. Then both the levayna and the shemen, according to Rabban, we also don't double. So the Rabban hold normally it's one kmitza each. So here it's not going to be two kmitza each, and we're not going to double oil either. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, very interesting. Halacha ka'aba Yosef ben Destoi, that normally by the Chavite Kohen Gadol we offer a half a kmitza in the morning of levayna and a half a kmitza in the afternoon. Says Gemara, Miyama Rabbi Yochanan hachi. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan halacha kistam mishnah v'tanan chamisha kmatzin hein. According to this, there would be a kmitza in the morning and a kmitza in the afternoon. There would be 7. Says the Gemara, Amaroy ninu aliba de Rabbi Yochanan. The one who holds that the halacha holds is Rabbi Yosef ben Destoi doesn't hold that the halacha of Rabbi Yochanan is like a stam mishnah. All these passages is like a stam mishnah. Hadru lachat tchelis, hadru lachat tchelis, hadru lachat tchelis. Now, kol ha-menachos bois matzah, the overwhelming majority of menachos is unleavened. Chutz mich chametz shebetoida, there's 40 loaves of the toida, 30 of them are unleavened, 10 of them are chametz. Ushtei alechem, and also the 2 loaves of shvuas, shein bois chametz. The problem is, how do we make it chametz? See, normally, the way we make something chametz is we put in sourdough, and it makes it chametz. But here, it has to be an exact isarai, not more, not left. If we're going to put it in, it's going to make the shear too much. Says the Gemara, Reb Meir Aimer hasa'or boido lehen mitaychan. What happens is we take some of the flour from the isaron, add it with water until it becomes sour, or mechamtzan, and we make it chametz. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer.
What was the answer to the question?
Huh?
How do we get around the fact that it's going to be too much?
We take some of the isaron out, put in a little water, and then introduce it back in. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, we'll see why in the Gemara, but Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, afhi eina min hamufcher. That's not the choice way. Elamevi es hasa'or, we bring a piece of sourdough, v'noisna l'sei chamida, and we put it in the isaron. And then around it we fill it up. Umamali es hamida. Amrulai, so they said to him, afhi, even this method is not good, because sometimes hoysach haseira, sometimes if there was a little water added, it would be dense, and it would be more, and make it more than an isaron. Or yisera, if there was a lot of water, it'll be less than an isaron. So we'll have to see in the ensuing Gemara how this is going to work out.
Is sourdough a yeast?
What? Art Scroll says that the right definition of sa'ar is sourdough over yeast. The sourdough was much more fermented than regular yeast. It's an onomatopoeic word, sa'ar, sour, it's an onomatopoeic word. Okay, we did the Mishnah Yomis already, and now, Rabbi said, very exciting, now we have the first Haggadah Shir of Tafshin Pei Vav, which is, Nachman, is it okay that you sponsor it?
Whatever's good.
Yeah, so